I know you want pop, you want rock and roll.
You want it?
This year's remix got
Symphonic.
so I got pop.
Hey, I'm Flubberleaky. I'm going to show you how to make a new world for The Sims 3 today. Okay, first off, if you have a small screen resolution, which I'm currently using, you won't be able to see that much of your world, so it makes it a bit cramped. So what we're going to do to free up a bit of space is we're going to go ahead and click this little pin here next to World Layers, Metadata, and Property Browser. And that hides them all over here, and you can click on them later, or just hover over them like so, and they'll show up. But first we're going to go New World, because we don't have one at the moment, and you're going to have to select a height map. Here it's provided some for us. Whenever you want to start a new world, you probably want to start with a blank one. We're going to start with Tiny Flat Map 200. 100, 200, and 300 are basically the height levels of how high or how low you can go in the map. 300 being the highest, 100 being the lowest. We're going to go with 200 because it's in the middle. It's easy. So, and then maximum height, we want to change that to 200 so the map works with it. We're going to go ahead and click OK, and it'll start up our new world. So here we are. That's our new world. We've got a blank canvas to work with here. Now, first thing you might notice is this here. It's floating above the water and it's got a vertical edge. Yeah, no, we don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. We're going to click on the Terrain tab up here. We're going to go ahead and click on Terrain Painting Tools. And then there's a tab over here that says Sculpt. Click on that, and we're going to go ahead and select Valley Gentle. Now I'm just going to click here and bring it down to about water level, like that. Now, we don't need to do the whole of the place like this. We're going to go ahead and grab Flatten Terrain. And we're going to click just above the water height, so we have a very low-lying island, which is what I'm assuming I'm going to be making. I'm not sure yet, I haven't really planned this out. So anyways, I'm just going to do this. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, I've flattened out my land now. Now we're going to make it look more like an island instead of having a straight edge going into the water. So again, we're going to grab Valley Gentle, and we're going to change the size to around about, let's say, 25. And we're going to change the strength down to about 50. Oh, and so you can see this bit down here. You can just, because if you can't see it, you can just drag it up here just above brush parameters. Cover up brushes because we don't need that, and that'll let us see it. Drag strength down to about 50, and we can leave fall off on 100 for now. So we just want to bring this down, create a coastline, so basically just clicking along the edges, trying to make it blend in with the existing ocean that's already there around. So I'm just going to shape my island, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so here's my island shape. It's not very creative, it's pretty much an L shape, but it doesn't matter. So I've made it all blend into the ocean and look a bit more natural. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some mountains, because hardly any islands are flat really. So we're going to add mountain. You can select the mountain tool. That's the half-assed way of doing it. Because you can just do it like that. Yeah, you can do that. It's fine. Sorry, it may be half-assed, but it does work from time to time. But you can have a much more effective way of creating mountains. So we're just going to get rid of that. And I can't get rid of that part, so I'm just going to flatten that out. Like so. Okay, now I'm going to grab the Hill Gentle tool. I'm going to leave the settings for the brush as they are. I'm going to gently raise up the back of this island here. You see? Just pull it up. Try to get a basic outline of the mountain shape you want. So I'm pretty much creating an L-shaped island, so that can be my mountain. I'll have lots down here, if I can even fit them, because this is a very small place, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so once you get your basic shape, you're going to grab Valley Gentle and turn the size right down. Let's go about 2.6 or so. And then basically you carve out grooves in the mountain. The easy way to do this is change the time of day, and you can do this by going to view time of day. And I'll change that to 18. There you are. If you change it to 18, which is 6 PM, you can see the shadows a lot better. So you can see the actual shape of your mountain. Basically just carve them out. Get a half decent looking place. So yeah, I'll have to fix up the bottom that bit there because that's not very realistic. shoddy on my part. But you get the basic idea. So you just carve out your mountain. Or you can just use a mountain tool. Doesn't really matter. That's really bad right there, but oh well. Maybe no one will notice. Just start that again. Smooth that out. Oh. Okay, that's good enough. So let's just change the time of day back to midday so we can see what we're doing. Back to 12. Okay. Now I'm going to do routing. Basically, routing is telling your Sims where they can and cannot go, and also where the user can move the camera and when they can't move the camera. So we're going to go ahead and click on the routing tab over here, and we're going to go Sims non-routable. This is basically telling the Sims where they can't go. So we don't want them to go on the mountain, because that'd be stupid. Sims can't just walk up mountains. Even though this is more of a hill, but if it was a mountain, you'd cover it in this. There it is. So we just cover it all up. Like so. Because we don't want our Sims to go there. We only want them to stay down here. Now, the camera non-routable probably isn't as important for a very small neighborhood like this, but if you have a large neighborhood and you don't want the camera to go somewhere, then you need to place this. Let's just say we don't want a camera around here, around the back, because we don't want to see the crappy backside of this mountain, because it's not done very well. There it is. Anyways, yellow is where the camera can't go, blue is where Sims can't go. So basically, we only allow the user to play in this area down here. And then, of course, there's the erase, in case you make any mistakes. So now that's done, we're going to move on to terrain painting. And we're going to turn routing opacity all the way down to 0, because we don't need that. And we're going to start off with the mountain. We're going to grab the rock shale, and we're going to turn the size down to about 50. Opacity down to, let's say, 10, fall off all the way down to 0. Now this will basically place a very light coat of that terrain paint on the mountain. So we're trying to make it look realistic, but the rock shale, in my opinion, isn't the best. It isn't the best. Like, it's not even good. You can see how often it repeats. It's terrible. I suggest you to find a better one on the internet, or make your own. But for now, I'm just going to use this, if I can paint it there like that. So basically, you do this over the mountain. Trying to make it look realistic as such, as best you can. Then you also want to go ahead and grab some, maybe just add some grass up the top. You can also add other terrain paints. This is how you do it. You click add layer, and I'm going to call it dry grass, because I'm going to add some dry grass to put up the top of the mountain. So dry grass, and I'm going to go find the texture file. This is all the default ones they have. These are all the textures, terrain paints and road textures pretty much in the game already, so you can add them into World Creator if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and grab grass dry. I'm going to change the default sound to lawn, wherever that is. There it is. Okay, so no, that's still on grass, that's my fault. Grab dry grass, add it up the top. Looks pretty bad, but you know, try your best. Maybe I'll see you when I'm done with this. Give me a sec. Okay, well that's best I could do on my mountain, but of course you can do better. Anyway, I'm just trying to squeeze this into a tutorial for you. Okay, so let's say we've done terrain painting. No, sorry, besides beaches, I got to do that. So I'm just going to grab sand light, turn that down, go 10, and basically just paint along the coast as this, like so. I mean, this is a pretty crap beach, but you get the idea. Just add some sand. There we are, good enough.